live, so it's up to you. Here we go.
Right.
Yeah, we're live. And see, everyone, we just got the crap scared out of us. Fair?
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing.
So here we are. We are in the parking lot of Hellsgate Haunted House in scenic Lockport. That right there is John. He's the man behind Hellsgate.
Hello, hello, hello.
I want to talk about what we just experienced. In the back seat, my friends from 88 Fingers Louie. Mr. Precision is right behind me. Nat is over there. Lead singer Dennis Buckley, a frequent guest on Carquin Carne. Too much of a pussy to join us tonight.
Oh, damn.
I'm not wrong, right?
Burn. No, you're not wrong at all.
So you guys ready to do this?
Let's.
Okay. So, Hellsgate Haunted House. You get picked up at a metro stop in Lockport. You get picked up by a rickety old school bus. That school bus takes you down this impossibly long, dark, foreboding road and dumps you off in a cemetery.
Fair to say.
Brilliant! I want to ask questions about Hellsgate, but first, 88 Fingers Louie, how would you rate this experience we just had?
Oh my God, 10 out of 10. It was amazing.
Agreed.
Yes.
Did you have what kind of expectations did you have coming into this?
You know what? This has only been like the second haunted house I've been to, so I just kind of just go in, see how I feel, and it was awesome because it's not just your typical someone's popping out and scaring you. Although that's part of it, but the scenery and like the props and everything, and the smoke machines, the laser lights, everything is just amazing. It really gets to you.
Immersive experience.
Yes.
Here's the funny thing. So we start off on our trek, on our journey, and we're walking through this open field that leads to a cemetery, and it's dark, it's foreboding, and these creatures are everywhere, and it's really cool. The entire time we're being followed by a masked ghoul. A silent, somber ghoul. Came to learn after this entire experience, the ghoul followed us through the entire thing. It was you.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It blew my mind. I saw you. We met you without the mask, and then you put the mask on for us. I'm like, get out! It was like our M. Night Shyamalan moment. It's like
I was thinking more Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I'd have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you damn kids.
Exactly.
So we'll talk about 88 Fingers Louie. We're on borrowed time here with John. How long has Hellsgate been here doing its thing?
So this is our 4th season. We just entered our 4th season.
See, you walk in something like this and you feel like it's been here forever. It's so well thought out. It is so... there's a massive line of people on a Thursday night. We're talking at 9:02 at night. Massive line of people. I feel like this has been here forever. But 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. I mean, the designs I had a decade ago. I've been trying to get this done for over a decade.
Okay, and that said, we got the tour backstage, so to speak, at Hellsgate. The designs, when you created this haunted house, you envisioned this in Lego form.
Yes.
Like, no joke. Like, you map out what the rooms are going to look like, what the haunt will be like, using Lego bricks.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who knows me knows that part of the reason I do this for a living is because I refuse to grow up. And the idea of getting to play with Legos and toys and try to conceptualize what it's going to be. And yes, the Legos are fun. They're a blast. But it's also
unless you step on them.
It's also very functional. Yes, unless you step on them, then they are just sent from the devil himself. But it's also very functional. I could build my entire haunted house out of Legos and then talk to my other designers and technicians and work with them so they can really see what I'm talking about, and it's fun, and I do this because it's a fun job.
This is the coolest space. How many acres are we sitting on here?
So we're sitting on 66 acres of forest, but we're only actively using like 5 or 6 right now.
It feels it. I feel like I got my steps in tonight.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a 45-minute walkthrough. Yeah. It is an effort.
Yeah, I mean, we got here. We met here at 7:30. I think we started the tour, or started the haunt at like 7:45, and we just finished, really. I mean,
well, we had the backstage thing too, but yeah, still.
Like, there's stuff going on that I have not seen in a haunted house. People flying through the air. I mean, and there's this thing. I don't want to give too much away, but there is this moment toward the end of the haunt where you walk through the most disorienting room you've ever walked through. You walk on a bridge as the room around you is spiraling in like a counterclockwise position, and you lose all sense of balance. It's the most. Did you guys have a hard time with that? 88?
No, I mean... yeah, I had to stare at the floor.
I was okay when I first walked in. I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, oh, here it comes. Great. But it was cool. I could have been in there for a while.
I want the record to show Mr. Precision, who's sitting behind me. I thought that this would be the one that would make him crack. He was leading the pack. He was the first one in line through everything. Nothing phases this dude. He is. Am I right, Nat? Like nothing. He didn't really seem.
He was really taking the charge there. He was really taking a lead.
Nothing phased him.
It phased me. I don't outwardly show it.
You're a grower, not a shower.
Yeah, there you go.
So, how many people are employed by Zombie Army, by this?
Sure. At Hellsgate, I typically have about 130 to 150 actors per night.
That's unbelievable.
It is a gigantic
Look what
cast.
you're doing for the local haunted house economy.
Oh, there's a lot of jobs.
It really is.
Yeah, yeah. With in Zombie Army's ranks, because we have Hellsgate. We also produce and operate Statesville Haunted Prison.
Right.
So then I've got another group over there. So between the two haunted houses, I've got 500 wonderful actors and technicians working inside these buildings.
They do a fantastic job.
They really do. I mean, the dedication, the drive. I mean, what these people do day in and day out to entertain people that come out to the woods is. Bar none. I mean, I don't know an acting group more dedicated than this one. But, I'm biased. I love them all.
This was so fun. I was saying to Nat as we were waiting to go inside the actual house after walking through the graveyard, like, unless something goes catastrophically wrong, this is the most fun night of my life.
It was sad.
And
it was absolutely
catastrophic happened.
I mean,
there's still time. There's still time for catastrophic.
I mean, I was grinning like a fool walking through this whole thing. Yeah, I got the shit scared out of me.
I wore my diapers for nothing.
Yeah. But, I mean, wow, what a fun experience. And the actors, I mean, it really, yes, the way it's laid out, the surprises are important, but it's the actors who guide you through it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they really curate this entire experience for you, and they did such a great job.
Props are great. Good scenery is fantastic. Awesome. Anyone can do that. It's people that are trained to scare you in the dark. Those are the scary parts of haunted houses, and the entertaining parts. That's what you'll go home and talk about. You'll talk about that one actor that said that one thing that's stuck in your head. And kind of our philosophy here at Zombie Army and at Hell's Gate is you cannot scare everyone, but you can entertain everybody.
There it is.
And that's our goal. That's our mission. The idea that the fact that you're saying you smiled all the way through, that's the goal.
Yeah.
You gave us money to have a good time.
Exactly.
We're going to show you that good time, whether we got you with a good pop scare or the classic chainsaw run or the twins are flying over your head and you're wondering how that happened.
The twins flying over our head was one of the first things we experienced inside the house. I thought, well, shit, if that's how this is starting, this is going to be amazing. So, really nice job. What do you do on November 10th?
We keep going. We don't stop. For us, we like to travel, so we go on these tours, see other haunted houses around the country.
Maybe bring some ideas back.
And that's it. Yeah, it's get inspired. Go out there and see what other artists are doing around the country. It's the same as any kind of art. Go get exposed to other artists.
So this is kind of an evolving...
Always evolving. Every year I change 30% of this.
Really?
Every year. So if you came here on our first year, a few years ago, most of this is different. This is a different haunted house from what it was opening year. And if you wait 5 years to come back, it is a brand new haunted house all over again. We never stop innovating. We never stop pushing that line. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
As an artist, that's where the jam is. It's finding that new stuff, creating some. Even if we love our rooms, we got to kill our babies sometimes, and we got to knock that room down. Yeah, right. We kill them and then we post them up somewhere else. But we try to do that, and then of course, that's not paying the bills all year long. It's fun, but we rent this place out. And we've had incredibly good success, especially with musicians. So I didn't know Nickelback was still around until Nickelback rented out my haunted house facility to do a music video. Breaking Benjamin. They've done 4 music videos here.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so now we use our haunted house and the whole facility to design sets for Breaking Benjamin when they want to come in.
Wow.
We do the costumes, the casting, the actors. So we've turned this kind of dark little entertainment facility into a place for musicians for music videos, independent filmmakers, photographers come out here. And as you saw, this whole place is designed in 360 degrees.
Yeah.
You don't look around and go, oh, I see the flaws, or there's no ceiling. It's designed to make you feel like you are in a real mansion in the middle of the woods.
There were a couple moments where, how when you see a horror movie or something that makes you a little uncomfortable, you get that nervous outward laugh like that. I had a couple of those. I think the first one I experienced tonight was walking into the room of children's dolls, which was just so profoundly creepy, like top to bottom, all these just frightening looking.
Of all different shapes and sizes.
And one of them even opened up a passage to the next room.
Yeah, they're even helpful.
They're even helpful. I I can't say it enough. What a fun night. You're doing an incredible thing here.
Thank you.
And here, as we're talking, if you see headlights at the video, here comes the terrifying school bus.
Another bus full of people.
Are the windows boarded up, or what do you have going on there?
Foggy.
Wow.
Fogged up.
And what a great way to just kind of capture people's senses and their emotions right at the onset.
Oh yeah, well I mean the idea too is like there's a lot of haunted houses out there, right? And there's a lot of them in strip malls or industrial centers, and for me it's real hard to suspend that disbelief.
Yeah.
When I'm going to a haunted house in between a mattress firm and a taco hut.
That's it.
I mean, how much can you really pretend?
Or actually be in between a mattress firm and a mattress firm.
Right?
Yeah.
No kidding. So for here, it's like that. It's not just a haunted house; it's an adventure.
Yeah.
And that's been the mission from the word go: is make you do these things that you know better. You know not to drive down that dark road, and we call it Murder Road. I mean, it feels like the beginning of a horror movie. You're like, none of this can be right. Like, this is so wrong. And then the idea that you end up in a vacant lot, and there's some guy up there telling you to walk into the woods at night. And ever since we've been living in trees and caves, we've been programmed. You don't go in the woods at night.
Nope.
Things eat you in the woods at night.
And I think the guy who told us that, he looked like a member of GWAR.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, big fans of Guar too.
Yeah.
So it's that idea that we're making you take this physical challenge of walking through the trails, walking across the cemetery, walking up the hill to get to the mansion, and then once you're in, like you even said with the doll, you have to find the secret passages.
Yeah.
Throughout each room to keep going, or walk in those closets, and every time it's like it's grabbing those little things you saw in horror films or fears you had as a child.
Oh yeah.
It's grabbing out of those moments where you're like, I shouldn't be doing this.
You know, I've seen an effect that was used twice tonight. I've seen it done at other haunted houses. Not as good as it is here. The effect that you're walking like chest deep in water, like the fog and the lights makes you feel like you're wading through water. It was a big open space where we had to walk through that, maybe about halfway through the journey.
Two of them, actually.
Yeah, there's one in the graveyard trip, and then there's one inside the house. Mind-blowing stuff, because your mind, intellectually, you know what's happening, but what you're seeing is it's betraying what you're thinking.
I have customers complaining about how they got their shoes wet.
No.
There's no water whatsoever.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is just fog and laser lights, and it creates this really great swamp floor.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the idea for the people listening is that you cannot see below your chest.
Right.
You have no idea, and it's grabbing on that fear of walking in dark water at night and not knowing what's underneath you, what's by your feet.
What?
And the idea that it's literally making customers believe they're in water, which I'm just like.
Well, it's funny because the first time we went through it, Dan, who led the charge, ducked down underneath the water. I'm like, oh my God, what's he doing? Okay. No, he can do that. It's okay. He'll be all right.
Where's he going?
Yeah, it's just light. He can do that.
Just stayed down there and freaked you out.
Or just like raise your hand above
Yeah,
them.
like I'm drowning.
All right, so Hellsgate. I've been saying Hellsgate. Hellsgate is open through when?
We're open until November 2nd.
Okay. I had so much fun. If you're watching
you.
on Facebook Live, if you're listening on Car Con Carne, this is just, you said it, it's an adventure. This is a great night out.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, it's scary, and if you watch the videos on your website, maybe it looks a little foreboding. This is just fun.
It's a blast.
And I mean, they won't touch you. They're just there to guide you through.
We're there to entertain you, not violate you.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's actually 88 Fingers Louie's mantra. We're there to entertain.
We can entertain, we won't violate.
Especially since the 90s, they've adopted that kind of position.
No one wants to get violated by us anyway.
But you did get complimented on your hair as we walked out. That rich, lustrous Mr. Precision hair. Those golden locks. I just want to run my fingers through them.
Go for it.
All right, John, I know you've got stuff to do. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Problem,
Thanks for jumping in the car. What a fun place.
I'm so thrilled you guys came out. I've always been a big fan of you. I grew up in Chicago, so I've been listening on the radio for a while. It's nice to meet you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go make some people scream
Cool.
or laugh, whatever we get.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, leave the door open. We're going to send an 88 Fingers Louie member up front.
You got it.
Going up there?
Good.
All right.
It's crammed in here.
Yeah, since Dan's been kneecapped in the back seat.
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
Take it easy,
That's part
guys.
of the show.
Yep.
You trying to get out of the back.
All right, so there's a little transition here. Mr. Precision's going to walk around. Another school bus is pulling up. All right, seriously, now that he's gone, I wasn't just like blowing smoke up his ass.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
I mean, I was giggling. I mean, I said a lot of Jesus.
Yeah.
I said a lot of that. But
I think I enjoyed some of your reactions more than the haunted house. No, I take that back.
I get
but
it.
It was a good extra little bonus.
I hate this.
Jesus.
I hate this. I hate this.
Was that you?
No, that was James.
No, okay, now.
Those things I was talking about on the way in, those things you got to like force yourself through. Like,
Oh, yeah.
All right, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm claustrophobic as a rule. So in every haunted house, there are those giant pillows kind of that you have to walk through, and they're like a barrier, and you have very little space. Jesus!
Oh, that was awesome. Totally, that's exactly what he did. Like every corner. Jesus. Oh, that was perfect.
Lock the doors. Roll them up.
Oh man. Yeah, so that's pretty much that's a lot of the haunted houses like that. And it's
So
great.
if you're listening to the podcast, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you just saw that. If you're listening on the podcast, one of the ghouls just opened up the back door and scared the bejesus out of us. Okay, so that's it. Super fun. 88 Fingers Louie, you guys just came back from the West Coast?
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, we were just in California, did some shows out there with Good Riddance, and we played with Dead Kennedys, which was amazing.
Now, I saw Dennis, your lead singer.
Yeah.
He said Jello who? Like, Dead Kennedys are...
Okay, so when this got announced, I can say for myself, I was like, oh, wow, we're playing with Dead Kennedys, this is awesome. But part of me was like, well, it's not Jello, so I don't know, who knows what to think. But whatever, it's still cool. It's, the songs are still the same, and we go there, and Skip is their singer, and Skip was not only an amazing singer, his stage presence was amazing, like everything about it was great. So I was thrilled. I think we were all very very happy. So yeah, it was good stuff.
Okay, so take me back to the breakup. You guys...
Jesus. See, now I'm getting scared.
Dig right in.
But I guess my point is, you guys are active. I mean, you're touring, you're doing all these dates. I think I couldn't have foreseen this situation 3 years ago, that you guys would be as busy as you are.
Yeah, I'm always the one who wants to be busier, but yeah, we've been getting really lucky and getting some really good shows and just doing stuff. We're talking about, starting to write again, which would be cool.
Because the last album was 2017?
2017.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you wanted to refer with the breakup.
I guess my point is, I thought you were done, then you came back, then you really came back with a new album, and like you haven't looked back.
We were different people back then. Like, we didn't get along with a lot of things, and when we got into arguments, it was, and we're talking, more than 10 years ago, shit, 20 years ago. And now it's like we understand each other better. We know our limitations. We know our strengths, our weaknesses, and we work together that way. So
okay, you writing again?
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're trying.
Anything in Chicago before the holidays?
The only thing we got is is that on November 9th?
Yes, November 9th.
Saturday.
In Joliet.
In Joliet.
Oh, right, T1 Fest.
It's the T1 Fest.
I'll be at that.
It's for an important cause. It's for JDRF, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, I believe it stands for. So some really amazing bands: Lillington, Smoking Popes, Dan Vapid and the Cheats.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm missing some people, but
it's a pretty stacked lineup.
It is. It's very stacked, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, it'll be fun times.
I think I'll be pulling up the car with these microphones.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll plenty of people to interview.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in every now and then, see some live music, bring people out in the car, we'll eat sandwiches. Shit, we didn't get food.
I brought the gummies, man. That's why I brought the little gummies.
We walked right past the hot dog vendor.
It's all good.
All right, well, I owe you guys some hot dogs.
Sans carne.
Yeah, scene.
Scene, is it? Yeah. I don't know.
Part of the local music scene. So I owe you guys some hot dogs, maybe a T1 Fest.
There you go.
All right, so to follow the adventures of 88 Fingers Louie, people should go to
Facebook. That's probably our best thing. Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook's
what? It's all spelled out. 88 Fingers Louie, EIGHTY. Come on, you know how to spell. Yeah, go to the Googles. Yeah, I don't know. What else do we do? Because our website hasn't been updated in forever.
Yeah, nobody looks at websites anymore.
What's the .com?
I disagree. CarquinCarney.com is the host to many. I believe this is episode 279.
Jesus.
If you can believe
Jesus.
I'm approaching number 300.
That's amazing.
I know.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Doesn't have to be a certain number. 279. Congrats. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun little side thing I do. I used to do radio in big studios. Now I just do it in my car.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you for being my pals.
Thank you for
inviting
being
a friend.
Yes.
Great.
I knew that when I was doing this haunted house, like I've done haunted houses with people I just met, perfectly fine. But for this one, because it did look kind of pants-shittingly frightening, I wanted to do it in the comfort of people I knew, because.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, thank you for doing this. It only made sense that you joined me for this. If you're watching on Facebook Live, go support them. Thank you for watching. If you're listening at CarquinCarney.com, please tell a friend. Available on all platforms where you hear podcasts. So, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm going to turn this off.
Cool.
We're going to wave goodbye.